Precious gems require a rare combination of elemental interactions through Earth's natural creative processes to develop. This unique and rare set of circumstances is what makes them precious. There are many species of gemstones throughout the world. My peers and collectors are mostly interested in the rarer and more expensive species that retain value regardless of economic perils. I seek museum to investment quality gems as well as unique rare mineral specimens. This show will encompass the ancient to current day world of precious gems, their economic effect on varied civilizations, the adventure involved in the pursuit of these rare and precious items, and breathtaking locations around the world. My name is Elisha Ralph Morgan. I am a former Navy SEAL, a gem expert, and your host for the Rock Doc. Personally, I don't think there's anyone that I know that can go unsupported into various environments throughout the world and not be in fear or in need of food or shelter or anything else. Having gone through SEAL training twice, 12 years apart, pretty well sums it up. The Rock Doc will be an hour-long, adventure-packed historical documentary television series. My SEAL background has allowed me to become a one-of-a-kind, clandestine senior gemologist who has some of the exclusive contact in the gem world. I have gone where few other gem seekers have gone, and many fear to go. This will follow me traversing the world for some of the most precious and rarest of gems. I will take you to ancient mine sites, some that have never been captured before on film, where you will meet the locals that welcome me and whom I trust on these journeys. Museums, private and public collections, and world-renowned colored gem cutters will be illustrated and interviewed. Talks with my fellow gemologists and longtime friends, whom are some of the top masters in this trade, will be included. People retain my services for my former Navy SEAL awareness and security acumen, which allows me access to many secretive locales. In order to obtain the rare and the fine, you don't want to rush in there announcing who you are and what you intend to do. What you need to do is to gather your information. You need to have an indigenous contact, which is what we did in the SEALs, and your pre-operation planning has to be detailed. I've been to Afghanistan in remote and hostile terrain as a fellow warrior and accomplished gemologist. I have seen much suffering as well as victory for my countrymen, and have sustained personal tragedy that has affected my actions on my gemstone mission planning technique. Being a fellow warrior, I am respected in Afghanistan's Panjshir Valley, the locale of some of the finest emerald mines known. The deceased warrior poet Masood and his men know me and are kind enough to give me guidance when I go there, looking for rare and beautiful emeralds, tourmalines, aquamarine, and lapis lazuli. The lapis lazuli mines, for example, in this region date back thousands of years. Egypt's Queen Cleopatra sent multiple caravans, journeys that were thousands of miles long, while fighting off tribal bandits that wanted to acquire the precious stones from this region. This is a majestic, dangerous place, wrought with a bloody, fascinating history. Descendants from Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great's armies have settled in these remote valleys and are as much a fabric of today's society as the very stones that line these valley walls. Descendants of these men are the present-day suppliers to myself and gemological peers. The Dark Continent, specifically the African continent, is a modern source of ruby, emerald, sapphire, diamond, gold, garnet, tourmaline, and tanzanite, to name just a few. Tanzanite is found only at one place on Earth. This is Tanzania. This is at the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro. This majestic stone is rarer than diamonds. The country of Madagascar boasts an array of gems as diverse and prolific as the ancient mines of Sri Lanka. This island off the coast of East Africa is home to exotic specimens. Rare fine blue, pink, and purple sapphires are mined by hand by the indigenous Malagasy peoples. These methods have not changed for centuries, while they toil away carefully, pulling these natural treasures from the earth. Madagascar and the African continent are full of visual splendor and rich in gemstone lore and history. I have been to a number of these countries, purchasing the rarest gemstones known to exist. Despite dangers, I travel to every continent in the world, seeking these natural treasures for my clients. it's a real kick to go these places and to be able to utilize my old skill sets. Where else in the civilian world are you going to do that? Precious gemstones require millions of years to form. After being mined from the earth, some stones have to travel for generations. Some end up as special additions to museum collections. Gemstones were here long before we were, and they will be here long afterwards. They may one day even be removed from this planet into a distant future. Those living now will be long gone when these rare specimens are still around. That is a gemstone's destiny. I, Elisha Ralph Morgan, ex-Navy SEAL, and senior gemologist, can take you on these exciting journeys worldwide. From the rare natural pearls of the Caribbean, to the emerald mines of Afghanistan, to the African mines with the rare fancy colored diamonds on them.